Stephanie, thank you so much for being with
us.
Thank you for having me. This is wonderful. I thought I was going to have to put on my referee stripes when it came to the quarterback conversation.
Oh, no.
That was a request. Every day. The tensions were running high on that one.
Oh, no. Listen, we about once a show, Chris gets something wrong, so we got to disagree a bit. But
see how that works? You're just going to let him get away with that?
Just like you're the chief brand officer. I'm the chief brand officer around here.
I got it. All right, Stephanie, let's dive in here. What does it mean for you and the whole WWE, the whole roster to be paired up with Fox? How exciting is this time of year, and how's exciting leading up to October 4th?
Words really can't describe how excited we are. This is a partnership that I think has been many, many years in the making, if not destined to be. I mean, Fox is the best at live television, the best at sports, the best at events, and I like to think that WWE is the same. So we're, I think, a perfect match, perfect tag team, if you will.
I would say the biggest change in the WWE in my lifetime as a fan is the role of women in as far as tertiary characters as opposed to now headlining WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not pigeonholing you because you're a woman, but I also know that your background was a lot of starting that initiative, putting effort behind that initiative. Why was that important, and how successful has that been for you guys?
It's incredibly important. I mean, especially when you consider that, you know, there's a huge knock against women's sports. Oh, there's no ratings, there's no attendance. Well, that's a lot because there's not a lot of promotion for women's sports. And then you take a look at WWE, where we had the opportunity, and our fans actually demanded that we, quote, give divas a chance, which was how we branded our women's division at the time. They started a hashtag that trended for 3 days worldwide, specifically calling for better athleticism, better matches, better storytelling, better character development, because we really are this mashup of sports and entertainment. And Vince McMahon, my father, chairman and CEO, said, we hear you, keep watching, hashtag give divas a chance. And then we launched at WrestleMania, which is akin to our Super Bowl, over 101,000 people at AT&T Stadium. We rebranded the Divas division to the Women's division, announced our women would now be called Superstars, same as the men. And they got a new championship belt that was more akin to the men's, but still very feminine. And since that time, they've been regularly headlining and main eventing, and WrestleMania was certainly no exception. Took 35 years for us to get there, but that took place in front of a capacity crowd of over 80,000 people at MetLife Stadium and broke the entertainment revenue record.
So you guys have done a great job as far as the rebranding, but as far as how do we explain this to the people that WWE, it's new to them, and on Friday, trying to generate more interest in the sport, why should people tune in to watch SmackDown on Friday?
Because they're going to see something that they've never seen before. You know, it truly is a spectacle, and it is the best combination of sports and entertainment. So when you break down the storytelling piece, it's no different than anything else that's out there. It's protagonist versus antagonist with conflict resolution. The only difference is that our conflicts are settled inside a 20 by 20 foot ring with some of the greatest live action that you can see in any sport or entertainment property.
Is that why you think it's had such a broad appeal outside an athletic audience or just that entertainment audience? I mean, it seems like you have fans from across various either generations or various demographics that just are so drawn into it.
Absolutely, and it really is family viewing. It is generational viewing. And because it's so easy to relate to, because I think the best stories are the ones that are relatable, it translates. So we're in 180 countries and over 28 languages.
Wow.
4th most viewed YouTube channel in the world. Really because of that relatability, and plus over 200 different characters, you know, that are their own individual IP, which gives you even more opportunity to engage.
I mentioned to you before we went on the air that I was at what I believe was the very first SmackDown ever, if not the very first, one of the first 20 years ago in Kansas City. So I came up in the Attitude Era, in the era where your brother is jumping off Hell's in the Cell through tables, still doing that, and where you were more active in the ring. What are some of your best memories prior to Chief Brand Officer when you were in the ring more often?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I did have to wrestle my father in what was maybe the first ever father-daughter match 6 days before my actual wedding. So that was an interesting moment. My mom was so mad at my dad. She said, if you give her a black eye, she gets a black eye for her wedding, I'm going to kill you. So that was a very interesting moment. But actually, it was only about 2 years ago that I did wrestle Ronda Rousey. So it was Sans Attitude Era. It was after I've married and had 3 daughters, and I had the chance to wrestle Ronda in her first ever match in WWE. And that was a huge moment with my husband, Triple H, as my tag team partner against Kurt Angle and Ronda. Kurt's an Olympic gold medalist, and Ronda's an Olympic medalist as well. So yeah, I had my work cut out for me.
Yeah,
I lost.
Yeah, bad news, good news. Bad news is, you heard it, guys, she's married to Triple H. Good news is she's got 3 daughters. Would you encourage your daughters to be involved in the sport once they become of age where they could make that choice?
My oldest daughter has already started training, and I would encourage them to follow their passion, you know, whatever they believe in, as long as they work hard at it. You know, I believe in a strong work ethic, and I believe they can do anything in the world they want to do, but they're going to have to believe in themselves and work hard.
Nick mentioned you thought you were at the first SmackDown of 150 years ago, even though you're like
20 years ago. 20th anniversary.
18 years old. What do you think the secret is to WWE's staying power? It seems so relevant year after year.
Well, again, I think it goes back to that relatability. You know, just engaging with our audience, and not just engaging with our audience, but letting them know that their voice matters. What they do impacts what we do, and we wouldn't have a product without them. You know, I could go into our various strategies, whether it's our pop culture strategy or, you know, et cetera, but really it is about just keeping that connection with your audience.
Chris mocks me because I love to make lists, and so if we were making a list of biggest WWE superstars ever, obviously Hulk's on there, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker.
The Rock, who's going to be there.
Well, you stole
on
it
Friday.
From me. On Friday, on
it
SmackDown.
Doesn't matter what your name. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, well, but SmackDown, which may have been named because of one of The Rock's catchphrases back in the day.
Yes, absolutely.
So, The Rock going to be there Friday? Tell the audience about it if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, The Rock is going to be there on Friday. On Friday Night SmackDown this Friday, live on Fox at 8 o'clock Eastern. And he's going to layeth the smacketh down on the entire audience. I can't wait to see what he's going to do.
Any comebacks in your future?
Well, I can't give that away.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's on the board. It's on the board.
Anything can happen in WWE.
Mom's still training. That's what that means.
A mother-daughter tag team.
There you go.
No, it's not. But
mother-daughter, grandfather triple threat match.
Stephanie, thank you so much. We wish
thank you
all
guys.
the best
Thank
of luck.
you so much.
Welcome to Fox.
It's a privilege to be a part of the family. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.